i-review the policy. But kasi we are policy making eh. Kaya nga program management center yan eh. It's a council. Council yan na nandyan yung mga Department of Justice, nandyan yung DILG, nandyan, DOTR and all. Ako lang yung executive director doon. So, ako yung, kumbaga sa, alam mo yung conductor sa isang orchestra para makaproduce ka ng magandang, ano tawag ba, no? Symphony, dapat magaling yung conductor. So, that's me. Hindi ko alam kung magaling ako dyan. Ang masabi ko lang, nakapag-practice naman na ako ng konti when I was the chief of the Philippine Bomb Center. Pinalaki lang yan ng konti. It's not limited. The strategy should not be limited doon sa opisina mo lang. Because we are now dealing with the foreign counterparts also. Today, mayroon nandun yung Australian ambassador sa Diamond Hotel addressing the violent extremism and the nihilistic violent extremism also. Every day, may mga nakakausap dyan na foreign counterparts because we compare. We compare and we deduce what could be the most practical and most relevant interventions to all these challenges. It's what we do. Kaya there are invitations also for me going abroad. Kaya nga pupunta ako sa Dahig eh. Sama ka? Within the year, pupunta ako. I will be attending international conferences also. And, well, maganda rin na nagbiyahe na invited by other countries and it's for free. And nakita ko doon na if they have invited the undersecretary, ang ibibigay sa iyo na seat ay business class. Okay ba? So now, I get back to my books. I started reading again the Ali Saufan book, Black Banners, and I started reading again the Hard Truths of Lee Kuan Yew and all. Kasi it's when you can find solutions. Kasi yung mga great leaders before, like for instance Nelson Mandela, and they've written all yung mga encountered problems nila of the past. And possibly these are the solutions. Well, we can modify it, but the solution was already there or is already there. For instance, bigyan kita ng example. Paano ba in-address ni Lee Kuan Yew yung terrorist cases nila, terrorist problems nila sa Singapore? Ang unang ginawa ni Lee Kuan Yew, he encourages homegrown Muslims. Ayaw niyang pa-contaminate yung mga ano. I'm telling about Muslim extremism, nothing about the other brother and sisters Muslim, but I'm talking about the extremists. Sabi niya, gusto niya homegrown. Kung they want to build a mosque, the Singaporean government will fund it. Yung Singaporean government ang mag-fund. And the religious leaders should be from Singapore also. That's one. And of course, the very strict yung ano nila, yung batas nila. The national ID system is in place. And pag alam mo sa Singapore, pag napagsuspectyan ka na terorista ka, they can detain you for 2 years. Even without filing a case, they can detain you for that. That's how serious they are when it comes to terrorist cases. I-detain dito, ma-detain ka ng the reglementary period, like for instance, 12-1836, on the violations of the revised penal code and special laws. But on the 88-2020, you can be detained from 10 plus 14, so 24 days pwede ka i-detain. But dapat ma-file ka within 24 days. That's the law sa 88-20 Anti-Terrorist Act of 2020. Pero tingnan mo sa Singapore, 2 years and more. Kung 2 years and 1 day, pag nakita nilang you still have affiliation, didiretso pa nila yan. But of course, during that time of your detention, they have the facilities, they have expressors, they have that deradicalization process na. In the span of 2 years, they are conducting deradicalization process na. How I wish that we can have that in our country also. But doing that, it needs a lot of budget to engage. Kasi, well, maybe you want to ask me, asan na yung mga terorista na nahuli ninyo noon? Ano bang ginagawa? Ikinulong natin eh. In the criminal justice system, we have the law enforcement, di ba? They file before the DOJ, the Department of Justice, so it's prosecution. And then it will be tried by the judiciary, so that's a judicial process. And then correction, it's conviction, that's number 4, and then back to community again. That is the intention of the criminal justice system. Kaya lang, ang tanong dyan, yung mga may pasok ba ninyo sa kulungan, were they corrected and ready to mingle and get back to the community again? My answer is no. Obviously, it's no. Minsan nga, yung galing pa sa kulungan, paglabas niyan, they became ruthless. Kaya nga yung mga nahuhuli dyan na mga robbers, pawn shop robbers, pag tignan mo yung track records nila, galing na sa kulungan. Well, ako, galing din ako sa kulungan, pero hindi naman yata ako ruthless. Sige mo.
Okay. Sir, may nangyari na yung dun sa Zamboanga, nangyari na sa Tacloban, and other parts sa Philippines na ganong klaseng violence involving our learners, students po. And the least that we can do is to act on it directly na lang, especially sa mga parents and sa ating mga law enforcers. But do you think, ano yung mga dapat i-suggest or dapat gawin together with your office, coordination and so on and so forth, just to mitigate it, yung immediate na action po? Para doon na mabigyan lang man na parang hope na hindi ito mangyayari ulit.
Kanina sinabi ko, I made mention of the word immediate solution. Immediate solution sometimes, ang tawag dyan ay pain reliever. Pag masakit ang ulo mo, bigyan kita ng medical, paracetamol, mag-wear off. Yung mawala yung sakit ng ulo mo. But again, pag nag-wear off na yung effect ng paracetamol, balik ulit sakit ng ulo mo. It's just to address the pain. Diba? Naintindihan ko yung sabi mo, yung immediate solution. Papasok ang security forces, hihigpitan namin yung gate, lagay kami mga CCTVs, maglagay kami ng counter intel dyan sa loob ng school campus ninyo. And maybe we can put some bugging machines inside para marinig namin yung mga conversations ninyo, violating all your right to privacy na. And kapkapan na freeze namin kayo sa gate. But that's for 5 hours, most 3 hours, and you go back home. There are only 200 close to 230 policemen in the country today to address the 110 million population. Hindi lang naman yun yung problema, yung schools. There are other problems outside the schools, like physical injuries, rape, mga ganun. Mauubos na ang lakas ng mga law enforcers, hindi pa na-address yung problema. My point is, there must be a system, we're trying to craft it now, na even without the policemen, it can address the problem. Mayroong nagsalita doon nung nag-conference kami na we have to check the TTPs and we have to stop the TTP. Ano ba ang TTP? Yung techniques, tactics, and procedures of these extremists. We have to identify and we have to replace it for another system. Siguro, ang maganda na immediate is to take down yung mga gadgets na yan momentarily. Kasi ito yung it induces our children. Pasok sa school, may dalang iPad, may dalang laptop, may dalang cellphone, yung gadgets na lang ang kausap-usap niya. Pero there are schools kasi na lahat ng mga materials, school materials, is inside the iPad. So, kung hindi na they will not be bringing their gadgets, paano na nga naman sila Kasi sometimes there's that thing that it encourages paperless. Wala na yung susulat, pasa mo, doon ka na umexam sa gadget mo. It's what they're doing also in the PNP. Kasi we do paperless na because of the advancement of technology. But mayroong backlash kasi ng konti yung yung advancement of technology. Kung nagagamit naman yan sa radicalization. Maraming dapat gawin. Our children, they're more adventurous, they're more creative. Baka nga yung mga, well, I must admit, yung mga anak ko sa bilis ng paggamit nila ng computer, halos hindi ko sila masabayan. Ang bibilis ng kamay nila, ang bibilis pa nila magbasa. Sometimes, pag nagsalita sila, ang bibilis, hindi ko rin maintindihan. Maliban sa bingi rin ako. Kaya minsan nagagalit talaga ako. Ganun. At home, at 10 p.m., wala nang gadget sa akin. Pero, ilang oras ko lang makakasama. Kailangan ngayon, dito na naman ako. So, it's a teamwork between you and your wife. Kasi kayo ang, well, I define naman yan Family is the smallest unit of the society. It starts there. Success and victory starts at home, to include failures also. Diyan nang galing. At the age of 18, 16 or 17, our children's character is formed, they will never change. Kaya crucial yung age na yan na we have to infuse values inside their minds. And that can be done by the family. Hindi kayang gawin yan ng school. The school can only teach you 1 plus 1. Or maybe kailan namatay si Rizal, kailan namatay si Bonifacio, sino pumatay kay Bonifacio, the square root of 81, mga ganon. Pero yung values instilled in the minds of our children, in the hearts of our children, it starts at home. Pero kung magsalita yung ngayon, tuturuan nila yung law enforcers, di ba? Law enforcers, hindi na hindi na-stop yung hindi stop yung estudyante carrying firearms and M16 rifle and pistol. Pero they're not blaming the parents. Sinabi ko naman kanina, it's not for me now na magsisihan pa. I am just presenting realities as they are. The way I understand it. So, I'm a parent also. I am a civilian because I'm already retired. Once upon a time, I was a law enforcer. So, from this point of view, nakakasagot ako from that point of view. I'm also an actor because I have a docu film. Mga ganon. Those are the combinations of many. I'm also a friend. So, synthesizing it all, pag magtanong kayo, doon na pumapasok. So, I feel like more of a father this time rather than a general.